Like a Dragon Pirate Yakuza in Hawaii is a 0 out of 10. How the fuck do you not have judgment in the karaoke machine? Now, if you excuse me, guys, I'm gonna go cry in my shower now. Hey, what's up, guys? Honest Small Time Reviewer here, and today we are talking about Like a Dragon Yakuza Pirate in Hawaii. God, that title is so long. And yes, I know what the title says. I feel like every review, I'm just a bad NFL coach that should just be fired at this point, but I never do, so we still kick it. So I know I have a lot of explaining to do, and I just want to say this right out of the bat. The fact that this game exists and it's not absolute garbage is a blessing alone. I have the utmost respect for RGG for taking a risk and thinking outside the box. This day and age, other games will not take any risk. But anyway, Like a Dragon Pirate Yakuza in Hawaii is one of the craziest premise of a video game I have ever heard of. Can you just imagine, like, there's like a business meeting going on and everyone's like, okay, we need to think of a game. And they're like all scrambling for an idea. Like, remake Yakuza 0 again, do a spin-off series, or fuck it, do Yakuza 9. And some guy who just hung out with Snoop Dogg the night before just comes in like, you know what would be a crazy idea? If we combined Yakuza with some pirates. Now that shit would hit different. And then suddenly everyone is just quiet and they're like, dude, that's such a crazy idea, but that's just what we need. Now, is the game perfect? No. Is it my favorite Yakuza game? Also, no, but I'll be damned. This game took priority in the one thing that is missing in gaming nowadays: fun. Anyway, there is a lot to unpack because there are things in this game that it absolutely slams home, but there's also things that it kind of misses the mark on. So let's dive into Like a Dragon Pirate Yakuza in Hawaii. God, that title is so long. So, did I enjoy the game? Very much so. Yakuza is the one franchise where I just absolutely love to explore and discover everything it has. I absolutely loved Yakuza 8. But the dark truth is, guys, I could never convince my friends to play it because of what Sega did, charging New Game Plus. Now, Like a Dragon Pirate Yakuza in Hawaii is where you play as fan favorite character Majima, who lost his memory and decided, well, there's pirates attacking me and this kid wants to go on an adventure, so fuck it, let me be a pirate. And let me tell you guys, the pirate stuff in this game, dude, they absolutely nailed it. Dude, creating a crew with the most random recruits on Hawaii from past Yakuza games is so fun. And to be able to recruit these people, you must meet their demands, like beat up an enemy, or battle them, or give them money, or complete a mini game. And the ship combat, dude, it's so satisfying controlling those cannons and that machine gun, and also including an RPG as a backup plan. Oh, dude, that's so fucking cool, man. You can even host a party and do some karaoke to keep the morale up. Invading the enemy ships will always be the funniest thing because this little cutscene showing the most random people invading a pirate ship. Now let's talk about the combat. The melee combat, it was solid. Majima moves are electrifying and they can cause complete mayhem. What left me disappointed though was there's kind of not a lot of fighting stances. You only get two, is basic thug and the pirate. And I was kind of really hoping for at least one more because you get them both pretty early, and besides the pirate one getting a gun and a grapple hook, I kind of wish they added more, especially near the middle and the end to spice it up a bit, to keep the momentum going. Also, side note, I just don't know if I'm just fucking built different, but the standard mode posed no challenge to me because your boy didn't have to do his normal routine, which is in every Yakuza game, I go to that fucking pharmacy and I buy everything off that fucking shelf for a battle. But overall, I think the combat was just a solid experience. Now let's talk about the world. I think this game has some of the best sub-stories from all the Yakuza games I played. And I played, I think 5 Yakuza games. I played 0, 1, 2, 7, and 8. And dude, those sub-stories had me busting out laughing, feeling emotional, and even traumatized me. Yes, I'm talking about this sub-story. This should not exist. Dude, that gave me nightmares, bro. I kind of felt disappointed that all the main stuff is still on Hawaii. The reason why I loved 8 was because Hawaii felt fresh and new, and I could spend all my time there at ease. I kind of wish they expanded Madlantis on top of Hawaii because it would make the game stand out more, especially when they included stuff that is from Yakuza 8 and didn't really expand upon it, like the Aloha links, the photo spot, and bounties, which in reality they're just mini bosses that you get more money from. And then they also limited the side characters bonding. In the previous game, we had a bingo card, and that felt new. But in this one, we have nothing. It's just a quest log. I felt like they could have added more to Hawaii to keep me on the edge of my seat. It wasn't bad because I spent around 36 hours in the world, and I didn't hate it, but at the end, I was still hungry for more. I just wish they spiced up the formula a little bit, like maybe adding some of the sub-stories to the other islands, making them feel like more unique instead of just like a spot where you get treasure and XP, and having Madlantis just have the training area where you do the ship battles and a casino. It does feel kind of dull, but like as a fan of the series, I was enjoying it. I just was expecting a little bit more. Let's talk about my favorite thing to do in Yakuza games, and it's mini games. And in this one, it's kind of underwhelming because I can only really think of one that was somewhat new, and it was the batting barrel explosion mini game. But in reality, it's just a batting ring. They don't really have a mini game that stands out for this game alone. Like last game, we had what? Crazy Delivery. They added that back, but they didn't really change anything about it. And they also did take my beautiful Judgment song from the karaoke machine. I just wish they created a mini game for this game to make it, you know, stand out. Now, finally, we gotta talk about the story. I felt it was kind of meh. Like, I liked Majima, and I felt like he was carrying the whole cast around him, because these side characters just don't hit. And I just want to say this right now. You know, I've been seeing on the internet this one character, right? We have not been giving him the respect he deserves. And I feel like this character deserves recognition. And that character is the Tiger, baby. The Tiger is the second best character in this game. All right, there is no debate, no debate. Tiger needs more respect. Now, if we're talking about the kid, he's all right. He's kind of annoying, in all honesty, because 95% of the time through the journey, he's just gonna be memeing. He's gonna be like, look at that, Majima, it's an ocean. Look at that, Majima, it's an ice cream machine. Look at that, Majima, it's pirates. At first, I was like, oh, he's sheltered, but then the gamer in me was like, fuck them kids, and say, shut the fuck up. I felt like the story had no stake at all, you know? The jokes in the story were pretty good, because it kept me laughing, but I felt at times when it tried to blend the emotional parts of it, it just didn't hit. Those beats were not hitting, all right? You know, usually Yakuza games, you know, they keep the funny in the gameplay and the story emotional. You know, they're perfectly balanced, you know? But when your main side character is literally a kid, it just feels less serious. But then again, I am self-aware enough to realize I bought a pirate Yakuza game, so it wasn't a major issue because I wasn't expecting much from the story. I was just expecting stronger characters that I would like. I think the biggest disappointment in the story is the villains. They ain't it, Chief. I'm sorry, these villains are not it, man. The Queen and the other guy, I'm not gonna say who, because I don't spoilers in a way, but like, oh god, they didn't really build them up that well. You know, they're there, and then they're not there. They don't really do anything to like stop you from progressing the journey that much. I mean, you go to the place, and then you meet them, and then they tell you their plan, but besides that, they don't really stop you until like the very end, so it doesn't really like have that impact it should. And the plot twist, dude, the plot twist is kind of lame. I like Yakuza's plot twist usually because I'm like, holy shit, that's like game changer. Like 7's plot twist, 8's plot twist, 0's plot. Oh man, I could go down the list. It always kept me like, oh. But in this one, the reason why Majima lost his memory, really? I know you guys could have thought of something better, man. I felt like you guys could have thought of something better. It kind of felt a little sloppy, you know? It kind of felt like, hey, we need to fix this problem because we're about to end the game. Throw something at it. The last thing I'm going to mention about the story is there's one character in this story that they did not do justice for. It's Sajima. Sajima and Majima, when they were talking near the end of the game, I shut the fuck up because it was so interesting and emotional. Sajima's literally in the game near the end. I say middle point to the end, but dude, they gave him like no fucking lines, bro. I would have loved if you replaced the kid with Sajima, because that boy Sajima is built different, and the brotherhood that him and Majima have is so good. And I'm just like, why'd you bring him in? Like, he was barely utilized until the end, all right? Let's be real. And I don't know, if you put Sajima more in, I feel like the story would have hit way better. But that's just me personally. Maybe I'm just the Sajima big fanboy, but like, oh, and I almost forgot the last thing. There is no cool big mini game. Usually there's like a big business mini game, you know, like you got the Cabernet clubs, you got the business, you got Doki Island, you know, you got those. This one didn't really have any. I mean, you could say it's either the separate pirate plot line because it has like the 4 generic different types of villains, or you could say the Makiko girls side quest plot line. But all in all, if you're considering those the cool big mini game, that's still kind of underwhelming, really. Because like in reality, guys, we know what RGG can cook up, but still, overall, guys, I think this game is pretty damn good. If you're a Yakuza fan, you'll definitely enjoy this game. But you will notice the game does cut corners at certain parts. But with the new pirate stuff, they do exceed your expectation, though. So that's why I said in the title, mixed feelings, you know? Red pill or blue pill, you know? Yeah, I'm gonna give it 8 out of 10. Pretty good game. You have a fun time playing it. It's not the best. It's not the worst. It's just a fun time. Anyway, I hope you all enjoy, and I'll see you all in the next one.